but I will go ahead and get started. For those of you who haven't met me or seen my face before, I'm Aliza. I am one of the co-founders of GLP-1 Enhanced. And I just want to welcome everybody here. If you didn't hear me before, please just make sure you stay muted. We're going to open up for Q&A in a little bit, but we just try to avoid all the background noise while I'm doing a lot of talking. So welcome. If you are on a GLP-1 medication and you're really serious about making your time on that medication count, not just for weight loss now, but keeping results for life, then we think you're really in the right place. Whether you've just started medication, you've already lost 20 pounds, you're thinking about starting medication, or you're planning ahead for what comes next, this conversation is for you. You're probably at some point realizing or going to realize that the shot alone is not enough to get you where you want to be because it doesn't protect your metabolism, it doesn't help preserve muscle, and it doesn't teach you how to properly eat for your body. And that's where we come in. We're here to give you a strategy that works with your body. Today, we're going to walk you through exactly how to get the best results on your medication and how to make sure you keep them for good. So just a little introduction. We are Aliza and Kelly, and we are the co-founders of GLP-1 Enhanced. I'm Aliza again. I am a physician. I'm a pediatric ICU doctor and a certified coach. And Kelly is a pharmacist and macro coach with deep expertise in both hormones and body composition. We have both experienced weight loss firsthand. Kelly lost fat and built muscle naturally before GLP-1s were as readily available. And I used semaglutide to kickstart my weight loss after I had my second baby. And what has helped both of us maintain our results long term isn't medication, but it's the strategy around it. And together we've helped thousands of people do the same. So today we're going to share the tools that work with you. We created GLP-1 Enhanced because there was a huge gap in care. People get handed this powerful medication, but they don't get given a plan. They don't get any nutrition support. They don't get a strategy for muscle or metabolism. They don't get a roadmap for what comes after. We didn't want to build a company around injections alone. We wanted to build it around outcomes, making sure people have real energy, confidence, and results that last. We're not here to help you just lose weight and send you off hoping for the best. We're here to help you build something that you can sustain while you're on the medication and beyond. Let's talk about why so many people feel stuck right now. You're on medication, you're eating less than ever, but the scale may be barely moving, or the number on the scale is down, but your reflection isn't changing. You may feel smaller, but your body doesn't feel tighter or stronger. You might be tired. Your clothes don't fit right. Your body feels unfamiliar. And the scariest part is that you're wondering, what happens when I stop the medication? There's a pit in your stomach because without a real strategy, all the weight that you've lost could come back fast. And you're starting to think about the frustration that comes along with not knowing what to do. So let's check in for a second. I want you to open up the chat. How many of you feel like you're stuck in a plateau right now? If you do, go ahead and type plateau in the chat because it's not just you, it's your biology and it's completely fixable. What those of you, I see people typing plateau in the chat. What those of you are experiencing is not personal failure. It's your biology. GLP-1 medications reduce your appetite, which leads you to eat lower calories and therefore lose weight. But without a proper strategy, you're not telling your body what to lose, and you're not just losing fat. You're losing water and you're losing muscle. Muscle is what gives your body shape. It supports your metabolism and it keeps you feeling energized and strong. When you stay in a really severe calorie deficit, especially if you're not strength training or eating enough protein, your metabolism actually slows down. Your hunger hormones rebound and your cravings return. And then you burn fewer calories at rest and you lose more muscle. So even though you're eating less than ever, your results are possibly stalling out. Not because the medication stopped working, but because your body adapted. And unless you adapt smarter, it's hard to keep progressing on the medication. Most people celebrate the scale going down. That's the one metric that we were all taught to pay attention to. And we totally get it. It can really feel like everything. But the truth is, weight loss doesn't tell you the whole story. You could be losing water, fat, and muscle all at once. Muscle is really the part that you want to keep. It's what gives your body tone, shape, and strength. It's what keeps your metabolism revving. Without enough protein and strength training, you're not just going to get smaller, you're going to get softer. You're going to lose shape and energy. And so the number on the scale might be lower, but your body doesn't look or feel better. And Kelly and I have designed everything that we teach about real transformation, preserving muscle, losing fat, and creating a body that feels not just light, but strong. GLP-1s make it easy to eat less, sometimes a little too easy. We've seen people unintentionally dropping to 800 or 1,000 calories a day just because they aren't hungry. But your body still needs fuel, especially protein. Without protein, you'll lose muscle. And that's why so many people feel tired, weak, or flat. Protein is essential for protecting your muscle and your metabolism. A good starting point we like to quote is about 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of your goal weight. If you're not there yet, it's totally okay. We will help you build up slowly with real food and easy swaps. Making sure that you prioritize protein every time you eat, even if you're not hungry, can change everything for you. Most of us growing up were taught to believe that less is better. Eat smaller portions, push past hunger, just get used to it. And for a while that might have worked until your energy tanked, your cravings came back, and the scale stopped moving. If you've ever done a juice cleanse, lived on grapefruit, or tried eating 1,000 calories a day, we've been there and we get it. I want to see you drop the worst diet you've ever done in the chat. I've done the grapefruit diet. It was terrible. I've done a juice cleanse right before my wedding. Not a good idea. But we'd love to hear some of the bad diets that you've tried. The problem isn't your willpower that these diets don't work. It's the strategy or lack of strategy. Diet culture taught you to chase smaller, not stronger. And Kelly and I are here to flip that script because less isn't always better. Being smarter is better. Here's where most diets get it wrong. They ignore your metabolism. Sure, if you cut calories, you will lose weight, but you will also lose muscle. And as I've said, the more muscle you lose, the slower your metabolism gets. So even if you reach your goal weight, your body is now burning fewer calories than it did before. And that's why it's so easy to gain all that weight back so easily. If you add in GLP-1s, the risk is even higher because you're losing weight so quickly and you're not protecting your metabolism, which turns the medication into just another crash diet, which is not what we want to do. We're building a foundation that lasts, one that keeps your metabolism strong, your energy high, and your results sustainable. Let's simplify this with some graphics. Your body, everybody's body, has a maintenance level, the amount of calories that you need to stay exactly the same weight. If you eat more than maintenance, you gain. If you eat less than maintenance, you lose. But the twist is that your metabolism is not static. It adapts. It adjusts based on how much you eat, how active you are, how much muscle you carry, and how long you've been dieting. That's why somebody can eat 1,200 calories a day and stall out. Their body has potentially just adjusted to that level of input. The key here is not to eat less. It's to support your metabolism while you lose fat to help make results stick. And that's what we're going to teach you how to do. So let's just take a look at how most diets and a lot of GLP-1 journeys play out. Let's call maintenance 2,000 calories, and it's different for everybody. It depends on your height, your weight, again, how active you are, so many different things. But just for easy math, we're going to call maintenance 2,000 calories. And you go on a GLP-1 and you cut to 1,500 calories and you lose weight. But then life happens. You forget to refill, or insurance stopped covering your medication, and you jump back up to 2,000 calories, maybe even 2,200, and suddenly you're gaining weight fast. Why? Because your body adjusted to that 15 to 1800 calories. The original maintenance level is no longer your baseline because your metabolism is now slower and you end up in a surplus without even realizing it. And this is why so many people regain weight, not because they're doing something wrong, but because their body was not supported to adapt in the right direction. GLP-1s can amplify this cycle because when your appetite drops from the medication, you might eat only 800 to 1,000 calories a day. The weight is going to fall off at the beginning fast, but your muscle is too. So your metabolism is going to slow even more. Months later, if you start eating just 14 or 1,600 calories a day, your body is going to interpret that as a surplus, even if you feel like you're eating healthy and you're going to gain weight back. This is not about blame. Again, this is just biology. And that's why building a strong, adaptable metabolism has to be part of your plan while on these medications. Plateaus are not a failure. They are adaptations from your body. Again, when your body gets used to low calories, that intake becomes your new maintenance. And that's why the scale stalls, even if you're still eating tiny portions. You're going to feel tired. You're not seeing progress. And you really don't have much wiggle room to lower your intake further. And worse, if you start eating just a little bit more than what your body's gotten used to, your body stores it. So the fix for this is not less food. It is a smarter strategy to increase metabolic flexibility, build back muscle, and reintroduce food in a controlled way. And that's how you break the plateau and keep moving forward successfully. Let's bring this to life with a real example. One of our clients, Jen, started her GLP-1 and dropped weight quickly. She was eating very little, but feeling great at first. But then her progress stopped. She was exhausted and the scale wouldn't budge. Her metabolism had adapted and her body lowered its calorie burn, reducing her non-exercise movement and held onto energy more tightly. And we told her the fix is not more restriction. It's rebuilding your metabolism through strength training, gradual increases in calories, and smart habits. And that's what turned everything around for her, and that's what we hope to help you do too. Some of you might be having that moment right now where it's all clicking. You've been eating less, feeling more tired, thinking about all those yo-yo diets you did in the past, watching the scale stall or your body soften, and now you realize this isn't actually your fault. It's not broken willpower. It's an adapted metabolism that can be fixed. You just need the right tools, support, and plan. And that's what we're giving you today. The roadmap to move forward, protect your progress, and finally feel in control. So now you're probably asking, what do I do? How do I get out of this cycle and protect my results? The solution isn't to keep cutting. It's to fuel your body in a way that increases your metabolism, preserves your muscle, and gives your body what it needs to survive. That means eating smarter, lifting intentionally, and knowing when to push and when to rebuild. That's the work we walk you through so that your fat loss is sustainable, your body can feel strong, and your metabolism stays active long after the shot. We're going to go ahead and cover 3 big mistakes that we see all the time. The first is losing weight too fast. More than 1% per week of weight loss often means you're losing muscle, not just fat. The second is focusing only on calories or hunger. You need both strategy and fuel, not just appetite suppression. And the third is ignoring movement. Steps and strength training are not optional on a GLP-1. They are essential. Walking supports fat loss, and strength training is going to preserve your shape and muscle. These 3 habits make all the difference in whether you plateau, regain, or finally see lasting results. If you're in a plateau or you feel like you're gaining on barely any food, we can tell you that your metabolism has likely adapted. And again, this is not your failure. It's your body doing what it was built to do. But the solution for this situation is not to restrict further. It's to rebuild smarter. You need a strategy to slowly increase intake, reintroduce movement, and protect the muscle you have. You're not broken. Your body is just ready for a new plan. When you lose muscle, You don't just look different, you can feel it. Tasks like walking stairs, carrying groceries, or chasing around kids feels harder. Your posture slumps. You might feel fragile, achy, or tired. It's not even just about the scale, it's about your strength and stability in everyday life. The good news is that muscle is responsive and you can get stronger, protect your joints, and feel solid again with the right training and nutrition. We've all been taught that cardio is the key to weight loss, or at least people who are my age or older have been taught this. But strength training is what actually changes your shape. Cardio burns calories while you're doing it, but strength training increases your metabolism long term. It keeps your muscle, tones your body, and reduces hunger. And no, we are not talking about hours in the gym or lifting to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But if you want to stay lean, strong, and energized, you do need to challenge your muscles. That's what makes the difference between just getting smaller and actually reshaping your body. So I'm going to go ahead and have you open the chat again since we're talking about cardio. And I want you all to tell me your favorite or least favorite cardio workout that you used to do. That includes all of the Beachbody stuff, P90X, that all sort of counts as cardio. I did Billy Blanks. I actually used to use Dance Dance Revolution on Nintendo as a workout plan when I was back in school. So throw some of your favorite cardio workouts in the chat for us. Strength training isn't just helpful, it's essential, especially for those of us on GLP-1s. Resistance training tells your body to keep the muscle, and that's how you preserve metabolism, stay strong, and get that sculpted, not saggy look. More muscle means that you're burning more calories at rest, you have better insulin sensitivity, you have better posture, stronger bones, and you age better. This is not about getting bulky. It's about building a body that works for you now and 30 years from now. And yes, it is absolutely possible, no matter what your age is, your starting point, or how long you've already been on a GLP-1. This one gets joked about a lot, but it's not funny when it's your body. Ozempic butt isn't just about vanity. It is a real sign of muscle and fat loss in your glutes and thighs without strength training. When you lose weight fast without protecting your muscle, your shape changes in ways you didn't expect. The solution isn't magic. You don't need a Brazilian butt lift. You just need to build some muscle. You need resistance training and eating enough protein, or your body will lose structure, not just size. Most people on GLP-1s are told to eat less and walk more, but that's all they get from their provider. They're not taught how to preserve muscle or protect their metabolism. No one gives them a plan for what happens next. So they lose weight fast and then regain it even faster. Not because they did something wrong, but because they were never given the full picture. And that's the problem that we built our company to solve. Our programs give you the strategy, support, and science that you were missing so that your results actually last. We like to think of GLP-1 medications as a powerful tool, not a shortcut. They don't build your meals for you. They don't protect your muscle, and they don't preserve your metabolism. That is unfortunately the work that you have to do, but we can help. If you're ready to own that part, to do a little bit of work to have better results, I'd love for you to type "I'm committed" in the chat. Feel free to say it out loud, write it on a piece of paper, whatever helps you feel committed to this journey. This is more than just weight. It's about strength, independence, and confidence, now and 10, 20, 30 years from now. The meds will help you eat less, but Kelly and I will help you eat smart. Fat loss should be gradual. As I mentioned earlier, if you're losing more than 1% of your body weight per week, it means you're undereating. And when you undereat, your body breaks down muscle. That slow metabolism sets you up for regain. So the fix is to make sure you're eating enough nutrient-dense food. If your appetite is low, use calorie-dense foods like avocados, nuts, or full-fat dairy. And no, we're not just telling you to fill up on junk and candy. This is strategic fueling. So you don't just lose weight, but you gain energy, strength, and long-term success. Even when you're doing everything right, there still might be that voice asking, what if I mess this up? You might be lying awake at night wondering if the weight will come back, if the changes will stick, if this time is any different than any of the other yo-yo diets you did in the past. That fear is not weakness. It's real, and it makes sense given what you've been through. But the fact that you're here means something. It means you're not just hoping, you're trying. You're looking for better answers. And that's what separates people who change from people who repeat the same cycle. I want you to close your eyes for a second and picture it. 6 months from now, what do you want your body to feel like? What do you want your mornings to feel like? Imagine waking up with confidence, lifting more than you thought possible, slipping into your favorite clothes, not to hide, but to celebrate. Now imagine still being stuck with the same stress, same fears, same fatigue. You get to choose which future becomes reality. 6 months from now, you'll either be proud you started or wish that you had. This is about so much more than weight. It's about your investment in time, money, and hope. Without a plan, you risk losing all the progress you've made. You risk sliding backwards, feeling like a failure, and blaming yourself when it was never your fault. But with the right tools, that story changes. You don't just protect your weight loss, you gain energy, strength, and a body that truly supports the life you want. This is your opportunity to take control before the next 6 months slip away from you. You've already made a commitment by starting this journey. You're here right now because you want this to work. Now it's time to back up that decision with the right tools. Willpower can only take you so far. Strategy is what turns effort into results. So ask yourself, do you have a system to protect your metabolism, preserve your muscle, and maintain your results long term? Because if not, we've got you covered. That's exactly what our programs deliver. We've built 2 programs to support every phase of your GLP-1 journey. The GLP-1 Enhanced Nutrition Blueprint is your foundation. It's built for people on GLP-1s who want to lose fat, not muscle. And then we have Master Your Taper, which is for those ready to reduce or stop their medication without backsliding. Whether you're starting or stepping down, one of these is made for you. They're both built on the same principle, helping you win long term, not just for today. We don't just teach it, we've lived it. Kelly is on the left of my screen in the black bikini and blue bikini. She lost 30 pounds without medication and kept it off by focusing on muscle and metabolism. I lost the same amount of weight using semaglutide to jumpstart my journey. But what kept the weight off was the strategy around it: nutrition, strength, and structure. These aren't just theories. They're lived experiences, and we've helped thousands of people do the same, not just lose weight, but transform how they look, feel, and live. Our clients aren't just seeing lower numbers on the scale. They're seeing real changes. They're building muscle, improving digestion, and feeling energized, and finally maintaining their results. They're walking taller, lifting heavier weights, sleeping better, and feeling proud in their skin, often for the first time in years. This isn't about dieting harder. It's about using the right strategy, and our programs give them exactly that. We've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Most GLP users are told what not to do. Don't eat too much. Don't miss a dose. But nobody tells them what to do to support their metabolism and protect muscle. And that's the gap we fill. GLP-1 Enhanced gives you the real system: how to fuel your body, how to train for strength, how to build a lifestyle that lasts without tracking forever or burning out. It's the roadmap that we wish everybody got on day 1 of their GLP-1 journey. Success is not about restriction, stress, or constant guilt. It's eating enough food for your goals, prioritizing protein, moving consistently, and staying the course. It's not about being perfect, it's about being prepared. When you follow a system that actually supports your biology, you stop spinning your wheels and start seeing results that stick. The GLP-1 Enhanced Nutrition Blueprint is your complete system for fat loss while on medication. It includes 2 paths: the plate method for simplicity and macro simplified for precision. In this program, you learn how to eat for muscle, energy, and results without overcomplicating things. Whether you're new or experienced, this program teaches you what to eat, how to hit your goals, and how to build meals that make maintenance feel automatic. This is not just a list of foods or a one-size-fits-all diet. The blueprint is a complete system designed for people on GLP-1s who want fat loss without muscle loss. You get the GLP-1 enhanced method, which is 2 simple paths to follow based on how hands-on you want to be. We teach you how to protect your muscle, reduce cravings, and eat for your future body. And no, you do not have to track forever. These tools build habits that stick, even after the meds are gone. And I also just want to point out, there are prices on these pages. This is not how much this program costs. I know there's people out there thinking this is going to cost an arm and a leg, and it's absolutely not. So please stick with me through this. Macros can sound intimidating, but they're actually a tool for freedom. Our School of Macros shows you how to fuel your body without obsessing. You'll learn what protein, carbs, and fats really do for you and how to set your numbers in under 20 minutes a day. This skill helps you get out of food confusion and into food confidence. We included this in the course because it's that important and it's totally life-changing. Side effects can derail your momentum. Nausea, constipation, fatigue, hair loss, and skin changes are common, but they're not inevitable. Our Side Effect Solutions Toolkit shows you how to minimize or avoid them through smart food choices, timing, hydration, and key supplements. This module alone helps people feel better to be able to stick with their plan and get better results. And it's included because you shouldn't have to feel worse to make yourself look better. And we're not just giving you nutrition support, we're giving you workouts too. Each of our programs now includes 6 weeks of strength training designed specifically for GLP-1 users. These are simple, effective, and based on progressive overload, which is the most proven way to preserve and build muscle. And yes, each of our programs has its own version. So if you end up buying more than one program, you get 2 different 6-week plans. And it's not the same as our full 18-week program either. It's streamlined, targeted, and built to work alongside the blueprint or taper. Protein and fiber are really the MVPs while on a GLP-1. Protein preserves your muscle, keeps you full, and supports your metabolism. Fiber supports digestion, blood sugar, and it helps you feel satisfied even with smaller meals. That's why we give you 2 done-for-you guides inside the program, a high-protein guide and a fiber-focused guide. These are practical, real food tools you can use right away. They simplify meal planning, reduce cravings, and help you stay consistent without overthinking. Everyone hits a plateau at some point during their journey. It's not about if, it's about when. But most people don't know what to do next, so they stall or spiral. That's why we created the Plateau Buster mini course. It helps you analyze your data, spot the real reason you're stuck, and make smart adjustments. No more panicking, no more slashing calories. You'll learn exactly how to troubleshoot and restart progress with confidence. It's one of the most loved parts of the program because it works. I just want to take a second here to recap what's included when you join the GLP-1 Enhanced Nutrition Blueprint. You get the full GLP-1 nutrition plan, fat loss and muscle protection, with the GLP-1 plate method and macros simplified, the School of Macros course, the Side Effect Solutions Toolkit, protein and fiber guides, and the Plateau Buster mini course, all with lifetime access, all built to help you lose fat, keep muscle, and feel strong and confident while doing it. When you join today, you also get a full set of bonuses. We have Macros First and MyFitnessPal video tutorials, an accountability habit tracker, a restaurant and takeout guide to help you when you're going out to eat, a list of 40 meal ideas with macros to help you put together your own meal plan, and protein and plant-based recipe packs. You also get lifetime access to our school community where you can meet other people on GLP-1s, ask questions, interact with Kelly and I, and we also do extra trainings that are only for members. And joining these programs get you lifetime access to our school community as well. You also get $100 credit towards Master Your Taper because there is a little bit of overlap between the two programs. So if you do this one and move on to the second one, we do give you a little bit of a discount. Altogether, these bonuses are worth about $450. But today, you can get the program plus all of the bonuses for just $297. And if you stick with me a little bit longer, we have a discount code for you on this program to make it even more affordable for you. I want you to picture yourself 6 months from now like we did before. You wake up with energy. You move confidently. You eat without fear. You feel strong, capable, and proud. That's what this program is all about, building a body and lifestyle that you can maintain. No more startovers, no more stress. Just real results that last because you finally have the right tools, and if you're ready to claim it, that can start today. You've seen the tools that we offer, and I want to show you what it looks like when it all comes together. This is Kelly, my business partner. In both photos, Kelly weighs the exact same amount, but she looks completely different. That's because she built muscle while she lost fat. The number on the scale didn't change, but her shape, strength, and confidence did. And that's what happens when you focus on body recomposition, not just chasing that low number on the scale. And yes, this is exactly what our blueprint helps you achieve. Real fat loss with muscle protection. So I'm going to end this program discussion with a powerful question. What kind of life do you want? Do you want to stay in this yo-yo diet cycle with under-eating, plateauing, and regaining? Or do you want strength, confidence, and freedom? If you're ready to take control and finally lock in your results, now is the time. Use the link that Kelly's putting into the chat or scan the QR code to join the GLP-1 Enhanced Nutrition Blueprint. And if you use code October 2025, you get $100 off by the end of this week. Your future self will thank you. For those of you that are thinking about spacing out injections, reducing your dose, or coming off of your GLP-1 entirely, Master Your Taper is right for you. This is our proven system for transitioning off medication without regaining weight. You'll learn how to reverse diet, restore your metabolism, and manage that hunger as it returns, with no guessing, no spiraling, just a clear plan that works, because it's designed specifically for this stage. Here's Kelly again. Kelly went from eating 1,200 calories and feeling anxious about food to eating over 2,000 calories a day with total freedom. She didn't fall off, she leveled up. And that is the power of a structured taper. We will teach you how to do exactly that, using your own real data, strategic macro increases, and mindset shifts that help you stay grounded when that food noise inevitably returns. Tapering doesn't have to mean backsliding. It can be the most empowered phase of your journey. This program includes our full 7-phase system. This is what takes you from getting ready to go through the reverse diet to actually executing the reverse diet to then figuring out what your new maintenance is and eventually tapering off of tracking. You also get our master data tracker, mindset trainings, and a brand new set of strength workouts, different from what's in the blueprint. This program right here is worth over $1,900 in value. But just like in the blueprint, we also teach you how to use macros as a short-term tool, not a lifelong chore. You'll learn how to track quickly and efficiently, and then transition off tracking when you're ready. This is about freedom, not perfection. The macro simplified system can help you stabilize and then step into intuitive eating so that you can maintain your results without writing down everything that you eat. Reverse dieting isn't about just eating more. It's about doing it strategically. And that's why we created the Master Data Tracker. It lets you track all of your data in one place so that you can look at trends and not just see day-to-day noise. This tool helps you make smart decisions and respond to your body with data, not just emotion. It's one of the most practical and powerful tools in the program. Success in a taper isn't just about macros or workouts. It's about mindset, because the medication takes care a lot of that mindset for you. You don't have the hunger, you don't have the cravings, but as you come off, they come back. And that's why we include short, powerful mindset trainings to help you manage cravings, bounce back from setbacks, and let go of all or nothing thinking. You'll learn how to navigate weekends, stress, and self-doubt without spiraling. This is the piece that finally helps you stay consistent, even when life gets a little bit messy. We know how important strength is when hunger returns, and that's why Master Your Taper includes its own 6-week progressive overload strength training program. We're also giving you the same protein and fiber guides that were in the blueprint because they matter just as much during your taper. Protein is what keeps you strong, and fiber is what keeps you full and balanced. And together they help you navigate the increased hunger that comes with weaning off. So here's everything that you get with Master Your Taper. Sorry, guys. And this program today is $497. But again, we're using that same discount code, October 2025, which gets you $100 off, bringing it to $397. So if you're ready to come off your medication, but want to do it without losing everything you've worked for and not being one of the people who ends up in Kelly's DM saying, I came off and I gained 40 pounds, can you please help me? This is the moment. You do not need to guess. You do not need to spiral. We built the plan for you. So scan the QR code or click on the link in the chat to join Master Your Taper and use code October 2025 to save $100 before Thursday at midnight Central Time. This is how you keep your results, keep your muscle, and move forward with confidence. We don't want you to just hope that the medication works. We want you to know that it will. So here's exactly what to do next. If you're still on the medication and want to get better results, join the GLP-1 Enhanced Nutrition Blueprint. If you're tapering off or thinking about tapering off, join Master Your Taper. Use code October 2025 by Thursday for $100 off of either program. You'll get instant access, lifetime enrollment into our school community and the program, and all the tools we just covered. So choose the program that fits your stage, scan the code or click the link, and let's get going on this together. And as a thank you for joining us, we do have a free bonus, which is a recipe pack full of high protein, easy to make meals that you can get started with right now. Again, there's a QR code. We also have the link in the chat. And if you take nothing else away from today, let it be this. You did not come this far in your journey to just lose momentum. Whether you're still on medication or getting ready to taper, we have the strategy to help you finish strong. And the next move is yours. So thank you very much. Thank you for staying to the end. I would love to open it up to Q&A. Kelly tries to keep up with the chat while I'm talking, so I don't know if there's any questions she wanted to bring up from there, but otherwise we will open it up. So feel free to just unmute yourself and shout out your questions, comments, whatever you want.
Yes, I got 2 questions that have kind of come up along the way. The first one was, and there's a lot of questions, so if I missed yours, please type it in again. But the first one was, how do you transition off medications gradually? I'm on Zepbound 2.5 and was told just to space out that dose from every 7 days to every 10 days for 4 weeks. No other guidance or advice from the place that they get them from. What are your thoughts on microdosing compounded GLP-1s? So a lot goes into this one. First, we can't really tell you what to do because we are not your provider and we could get in a lot of trouble for something like that. But there are generally 2 ways people do this. They either space them out further or they go lower on the dose. And so I'm going to keep muting you until I'm done talking. And then if you have a question, you can unmute again. I'm so sorry if I didn't want to interrupt you though. So you can either space them out or go lower on the dose. Both of, it's kind of up to your provider and what they feel the most comfortable with. There's no right or wrong way to do that because this hasn't been studied. This is just a lot of people, this is trying to find a way to do this. So what are my thoughts on microdosing as far as we're going to say in this situation? I think microdosing is a great idea. This is the exact scenario that I actually love microdosing for because you can find like what is your exact maintenance. And so you take our taper program and you start with, okay, right now, this is how much you're eating, but we want to increase your calories as you're decreasing your dose so you can find your new maintenance, because even on a microdose, we don't want you eating a very, very little amount. We want you eating enough so that you can enjoy Christmas, enjoy other holidays, enjoy birthday parties, enjoy weekends, and not just be eating 1,200 calories. We need you to start eating more, because things are going to come up throughout your life where you need a metabolism that's flexible. And so that's why using the Master Your Taper program with microdosing is super important if you want to start transitioning off your medication. And if you don't have someone to microdose with, I'm going to put in a link there. That's who we kind of recommend to go with. They like the way that we are teaching the nutrition aspect of it, and we like the way that they are doing dosing, as far as making sure that you're finding a microdose that's effective for you. So in the other situation where like microdosing just in general, not for tapering off, if a microdose is working for you, then that's, like, it's great to start low and gradually increase your dose to the most effective dose. But a lot of people are just like saying, oh, I'm going to only microdose, and then they're not seeing results, and you sit there spinning your wheels. They help you find the most effective dose for you. So I think that that's kind of important to, like, yes, microdosing is a thing that some people are doing, but if it's not working, if it's not an effective dose, then it's not an effective dose. And so the place that we work with is very good at finding that effective dose for you for whatever goal that you have, whether it's to be tapering down on the dose or to continue to lose weight. So another question that we get, and that's what we just got in the chat here, is what is considered a microdose? And the thing is, microdosing isn't really official. Like, there's no official microdose. It's a lower dose than the FDA approved dosing. And so it can be a different dose for a lot of different people. Some people think it has to be, to be a microdose, a certain percentage less than the lowest dose, but that's not what it is. Like, there's no official microdose. It's kind of a made up marketing term. And so I really want to reassure you that, like, finding your most effective dose for your goal, and it may be different throughout your time on the medication. When you're trying to lose weight, you want a dose that's going to help you lose weight. When you're tapering off of medication, you want the most effective dose for tapering off of medication. And sometimes that's a little bit lower. There may be some times where you need to increase your dose. If something, say, super stressful is coming up and you're like, okay, my hunger cues are just like getting a little bit more out of whack right now, I want my microdose to increase to a little higher dose so I can continue to maintain. And some people transition completely off of medication as well. And that's a lot. Like, we're not here to judge or decide for you. This is kind of your decision, and your physician and should work together with you to help you decide what's the most appropriate for you. So for Aliza, what's the most effective dose for Aliza for maintaining the progress that she's already made? Is it completely going off of medication? And then also managing that with, like, side effects, things like that. So, and then let's see, the next question I got, sorry, I'm kind of blurring them all together, and is I've had such bad side effects on Mounjaro that I basically had to lower my dose back down to make it through the week. How can this still work for weight loss? I'm so nauseous that I can barely eat. Should I take Zofran a few days every week? I can't really eat or drink during the first half of the week. And this is where I want you to work with your provider. If your provider is not helping you with this, then it's time to find someone that will, because this is not the way I want you to be functioning on these medications. These medications are kind of meant to be long-term for some people. And can you imagine if that was like your life moving forward? So yes, Zofran, great option. There's nothing wrong with Zofran as long as that's what you and your doctor have decided to do. But that dose may be too high. If you're not able to eat for 3 days, you're probably losing weight at a very rapid rate. And it's not just about like, we talk about muscle loss because you're losing weight so fast. There's more to it. When you're losing weight so fast, it can have some like gallbladder issues. Like there are things, if you're losing weight too fast, there are other issues that you can have beyond just losing muscle, which is not a great thing because then it's hard to maintain your weight. So you're really going to want to make sure that, like, if you've already jumped up to a dose and it says you've dosed back down, sorry, you may be a person that's super sensitive to the medication. Yeah, and you may be the person that needs to microdose in order to have an effective dose. And that's absolutely great for you. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And so I just kind of want to reassure you that, like, you're not alone. There's been other people that have had that scenario. And then on the flip side, to the person that didn't write this, if you are not losing weight on a low dose or microdose, that's okay. You're not like, that's why there's all these doses. The point of the medication is to find the dose that's effective for you. That doesn't mean losing 3 pounds each week like you're gonna see all over TikTok and all over Facebook groups. That means what's effective for you to lose weight in a responsible way so you're not losing your muscle. And it's okay if that starting dose, it's not meant to be the most therapeutic dose. It is for a lot of people. It will work for a lot of people. But most people are, like, for tirzepatide, for example, the Mounjaro, the Zepbound, are requiring about 10 milligrams before they're really seeing good results. And so if that's you, I want to reassure you that nothing is wrong with you, okay? And you can pair it with something like our blueprint, and then you're going to maximize your results so that you're seeing the best results possible with your medication. Okay, I missed a whole bunch of messages in between there. And if there's anything else, Eliza, you wanted to add?
No, I think you did great on that. I was answering a couple of the questions that popped up just by typing into people. But one of the ones that came more recently was about being a little bit height challenged. So what if someone is short, 5'1", and calories need to be pretty low to lose, but need more energy? How do we increase calories and lose still? It's all sort of, what's the right word? It's, sorry, guys, I've been in perimenopause and word finding can be so hard for me sometimes. So I apologize. Kelly, what's the word I want? If you're not as tall and you need less calories, just for your BMR, for your basic metabolic function, basal metabolic function, that's because your body doesn't need as many calories. So it shouldn't really affect your energy. So you can go into the same 10, 15% calorie deficit that I at 5'8" would go into, and proportionally, that's the word I wanted, it would work the same. So if my maintenance is 2,000 because I'm very tall, and yours is, let's just say 1,500 because you're not as tall, and I want to go into a 10% deficit, I'm cutting 200 calories down to 1,800. Your 20% from 1,500 calories would be cutting 300, guys, my brain's not working. I said 10%. You're cutting 150 calories. So then you're going to 1,350. You shouldn't feel hungrier or less energetic than I do at that 1,800 because it's proportionally the same deficit. I hope that made sense. I'm sorry about my word finding. If you're still here and that didn't make sense, please just type something else in the chat or let me know. But you should be able to cut proportionally the same as somebody who's taller.
Yeah, it's tough when you're on the short side. I'm probably medium I'm 5'5", and even I struggle. It's like, my maintenance is right at 2,000, and I find that, I could easily eat 2,500 and be be really happy. And so even in maintenance, I have to be really careful about how much I'm taking in. And a little bit of that does have to do with being on the shorter side. I just don't have, that's one of the factors that goes into those measurements, unfortunately. But also, the more muscle that I built on myself, the more I was able to eat and burn off. So like I would say when I first lost all the weight, I could maybe eat 1,800 calories and I was able to maintain. And now I'm closer to 2,000s, and like, it's not an exact number. It's not like every day I'm like hitting 2,000 on the nail. It's like, okay, one day it's 2,100 and another day it's 1,900, like it varies. Like we don't eat the same things every single day, but like having that range in there, we teach this in our programs, is we aren't machines. Like we're not going to eat the same amount every day. But having that muscle on me allowed me to have my metabolism speed up enough, like having muscle mass so I can burn calories while I'm watching Netflix or while I'm sleeping. It has been super beneficial to me in the maintaining process. And so we teach that in the Master Your Taper, not only the foods to eat that help you keep, because like different foods, just like we were talking about in the presentation, protein burns more calories to digest it than other macros. And so having plenty of protein. Now it's not like I'm like eating chicken breasts and tuna and eggs all day long. Like I eat plenty of other fun foods. But yeah, being on the shorter side, and and I am well aware that I've talked to several people that are not even 5'1", 5'2", and it it's more of a struggle because we are in a calorie dense population or environment where you go to a restaurant and it's hard to find a meal that's less than 1,200 calories in one single meal. So that's definitely a factor. Sorry, I talked a lot there.
That's okay. Karen asked if I don't need the taper program yet, will there be a discount later if I do the basic? So if you do the nutrition blueprint, there is a discount at the end of the nutrition blueprint for Master Your Taper. It's the same $100 off. You can't combine coupon codes, so you'll get the $100 off the Master Your Taper no matter when you buy it if you've done the blueprint. I think that's what you're asking, Karen. And then a couple people have asked about hair loss. That is definitely one of the side effects that we address in the nutrition blueprint. It's a big one for a lot of people. And whoever's registered as a period, sorry, I don't know your name, asked about your bike trip. And sorry, I think you asked about it above as well, and we just hadn't gotten to it yet. But it's such an individual decision. I was just in Scotland with one of my best friends who's on Zepbound, and she skipped medication for the trip because she wanted to eat and drink and not have to worry about getting nauseous from overdoing it. And that worked for her. Other people stay on their medication. For a bike trip, I would probably talk to your provider just to make sure, hydration and protein and all of that is going to be even more important if you're doing a lot of biking. And if, you get too nauseous on your medication and you can't drink water, that would be a reason to skip it. So I would definitely talk to your provider. We do have a section on travel and timing of medications in the nutrition blueprint where we sort of go over how to adjust your injection day to make sure you can take it right before you travel so you don't have to necessarily bring the medications with you. But if that did not answer your question completely, please also just unmute and ask again. So I think that was everything in the chat. If I did not answer your question in the chat, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just missed it. So please unmute and shout out any other questions that you all have. Water is tough, Julie. I agree. I have to flavor it. I like the Element electrolytes. That helps me drink a little bit more. Sometimes I like to try different flavors of flavoring, things like Crystal Light, pretty much anything you can do to get it in. I tried buying a giant bottle to only have to drink one a day, but it was too heavy to carry around. So that,
So sorry.
yeah, that really, my husband kept making, he was like, are you going to use this thing? What are we doing here? Why is this in our kitchen? Why are you wasting money? And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. So we no longer have that. It's tough, Julie. That is probably my biggest struggle point for sure. And then I love coffee, so I end up drinking coffee more than water. So, but yes, try flavors. Try finding a bottle that you like drinking out of. I really like Simple Modern has a new one that's kind of a copy of the Odwalla or whatever they are, where it's a big straw top, but the cap covers it. I like drinking from a straw, but if you sort of find the way that you like drinking and find a bottle that works with that, it can help. But don't get the 72-ounce bottle because it's too heavy to cart around. And also, it doesn't close that well and it's a risk of spilling. So avoid that mistake like I did. But please feel free to. That's not true.
You can, no, that's not true. Nope. Any water counts. Drinks, eat some watermelon too. Like the foods that you eat, some of that counts. Like, yeah, no, that's silly. Like I don't want the only thing you drink to be Crystal Light, but I don't, honestly, if it makes you drink your water, that's fine. I like the lemonade and the pink lemonade flavor. So there you go. I drink it.
Yeah, Crystal Light is fine. Drinking Crystal Light is better than not drinking water.
Yes. And then one of the things that I found for myself is this goes back to starting with habits. And one of my favorite habits that I ever learned was start your day with a quick win. And so my quick win every morning when I wake up is I drink water before coffee. And so I try to drink a full bottle of water before I do anything in the morning so that I at least have that done. This is like 24 ounces, I think. And so I have 24 ounces first thing in the morning done. And then I'm like, okay, that was my quick win too. So I'm like, give myself a little pat on the back. I know it sounds silly, but once you start your day with I did something good for myself, then you're like, okay, well, I already did that. Let's go knock out that workout. And then it's like, well, that workout felt pretty good. I'm going to eat a really healthy breakfast today. And it just kind of compounds throughout your day. And then you're like, you know what? It's noon. Let's down another water bottle. Let's keep this momentum going. So, and if you start off like that with if you're not drinking hardly anything and you try to go for a full gallon of water, you're going to be racing to the bathroom all the time. It does, if you keep going, your body gets used to it. And so as long as you keep at it, keep going, and in a couple weeks, you'll get there so you're not racing to the bathroom all the time.
All right, I saw someone unmute themselves, and then Kelly talks a lot more than I do. She's
Sorry.
No, we love it.
Animated.
It's great. And then they remuted. So if you were that person, please feel free to unmute and ask, or anybody else, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. How old are you? That's my first question.
Me?
No, whoever's in here as M with a yellow square.
Okay.
50. Are you in perimenopause or menopause? Because that causes insomnia. I've done a very deep personal dive into all things women's health and hormone related. I am a doctor, so I like science and I like to be very well educated. I found out that I was in perimenopause, so I read everything there was to read about it. And us women, we really get the short end of the stick in our 40s and 50s and 60s with all of this stuff. So I would talk to your doctor who's prescribing your HRT. I'm not giving you medical advice in any way, shape, or form. I am not your doctor, but I would say that the sleep problems are probably more related to your hormonal issues than with your medication, because what you're describing sounds very hormonal.
One other quick thing is because you're losing weight, your body's in an energy deficit, and sometimes you just don't sleep as soundly because you're in an energy deficit. Like, it's just part of the weight loss process. So it's possible that, like, I don't know that it would be directly because of the medication, but it's part of that weight loss process. And honestly, Eliza's absolutely right. It's likely hormonal, and it's likely all of the things combined. And it's just like, oh man, like I'm finally seeing good results, and then my hormones are kicking in a little extra. And yeah, unfortunately, it's a lot of like little things combined, and then all of a sudden you can't sleep. So yeah. I love the melatonin. I haven't tried that. I hear no opinion really either way on that one. If it works for you, that's great. Just make sure your doctor's aware that you're taking it. But you just said that your doctor is.
All right.
Okay.
If nobody else has a question, we'll go ahead and end, but I want to make sure we got to everybody. So if you have something and we didn't get it in the chat, please shout it out or retype it, or just ask us anything. Otherwise, we'll...
Yeah, and we're going to send out this replay as well. So if you think of a question in the meantime, check your email, get the replay, and then respond to that email, and we'll be answering all those as quickly as we can. So definitely don't feel like this is your last and only chance to answer questions. Also, if you're not in the GLP-1 hub, that would be a good place to get questions answered, not just after a webinar, but just from time to time. We do. I think we're both trying to do at least one. We've committed to one training every month, but we're likely doing multiple. So we have 2 more set up this month. Eliza's doing one on protein, and I'm doing one on sugar surrounding Halloween. So,
ooh, that's a good one.
So those 2 are going to be in the hub. The hub is a low-cost, quote, coaching place where we have our mini course in there for habits. We have a whole bunch of resources, and then that's where we put all of the replays of not only these, but because these will be available, I'll send it out in an email, but they kind of are housed there, along with all of our other extra replays that we do of our extra trainings. The last one I did I thought it was excellent, especially it went along with this well. If you have struggled to eat enough, what are the low density foods? So like peanut butter, for example, it's more calories, but you're not eating as much, so you can eat a little bit more when you just don't feel like you can eat anything. And then on the flip side, there's a whole list of foods that, like, okay, now I'm hungry and I'm having cravings. What can I eat that takes up a whole bunch of volume in my stomach, so I'm hungry, and it can take up more space in your stomach, so that but they're really low calorie things, but they're not like those 100-calorie packs. Like, those don't count because those are actually don't fill you up very much. But like, for example, popcorn would be a great example of that, because you can eat a whole bunch of popcorn for not very many calories. And then in the presentation, Eliza mentioned avocado, which is a great one. I didn't realize that for the longest time, but avocado is actually very calorie dense. And so when you're not very hungry, avocado could be something that you can eat to kind of help you get over the hump and get enough calories in. Obviously, I guess people do eat avocado by itself, but yeah, that's just one of the examples. And so I did a whole presentation about that. Of course, you'd think it would have been a 15-minute presentation, but I expanded it naturally with my talking to about 45 minutes. So,
but we love everything that she has to say, so it's
you
good.
can watch it on 2x speed. Yep.
Michelle, send us an email, Michelle, and we can help work on that with you. If you want to buy the program and that's what you thought you were doing, we'll help you out. I can't do it right now and I'll forget. So
yeah, we'll basically unsubscribe you from the $12, and then you'll get it for free for joining the program. But if you've already joined the program, we'll work it all out. Don't you worry.
Yeah, just email that email. We'll get you. All right. I don't hear anyone else asking a question. So thank you so much for being here. I love all the interaction that we had in the chat. It was really great. It always helps us when there's a lot of people asking questions and chatting. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Again, if you have any questions about anything, you accidentally signed up for the hub, you want to ask us, you're having trouble. I know somebody messaged me that they were having trouble just with the checkout system. Please send us an email. It's the best way to make sure that your question on that doesn't get lost. Email us about anything. Check us out on social media. Kelly is amazing on Instagram. And we're going to be together. We don't live near each other in a couple weeks, so maybe we'll plan something fun for while we're together too.
Oh, we should.
If we have time. We're doing a photo shoot because we live apart. We've only met in person once, so we're using our time together for some pictures and updated stuff. But I don't know. Look out for it. There may be some group activity with us together in the same house. Actually, I'm staying at her house. So, thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.